Hey guys, JH. Welcome back to the practice tee, or what we would term more likely the paddock. We got flooded here, guys. We had water this high through the place. Devastated. Haven't been able to get the mowers out yet. We're only just back trading now. Golf course is open, but it's still very boggy. So, and I'm out here at a time I normally am not, so the sun's in the wrong place. So I just hope that the video is okay. Okay guys, what I want to talk about briefly today, and I'm only going to just do one video today, maybe two, because the weather's still not good. It comes and goes. It's just out here and it could come on us pretty quickly. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about channel lock, get back to channel lock, and someone who's been promoting it while I've been away is Steve Walters on Bayou Golf. That's B-A-Y-O-U. And he's been collaborating with Matt Gray. Now Matt Gray has been doing some videos, and he's been doing his own analysis of channel lock and coming up with what suits him, and it's been a great success for him. Matt was a scratch handicapper when he looked at channel lock a year ago, and then now he's a +5 handicap, and he's shooting lights out when he plays in tournaments. And he's just done a vlog, a golf course vlog, where he's played a few holes using channel lock, and he just hits it great, guys. So that's on Steve Walters' Bayou Golf channel, and they will keep going forward promoting channel lock and coming up with little bits and pieces. But what Matt has done and what Steve has done is that they've taken the base premise of channel lock and they've modified it and manipulated it to suit them, and it's worked great with Matt. So have a look at that, and going forward, keep up to date with it. Okay guys, now there is the baseline premise of channel lock, and that is back foot ball position. And by back foot we mean back foot. I usually, as a reference, think of the ball, you know, between my big toe and my second toe. You can play it further back if you like. It depends on what your configuration of body is, whether you've got wider shoulders, narrower shoulders, whatever. But what you can't do, guys, to get the best out of this golf swing and be able to swing in the channel, which is the name of the golf swing, the channel lock, and to lock the swing in the channel, you can't lock the swing in the channel if the ball was forward of that forward trail foot ball position. If it comes up here, it's hard to swing the club in the channel. But if we get here, we've got all this room here to swing the club in the channel. And that's all we want to do, guys. We just want to take the golf club and swing it in a channel here. And guys, the motion and the direction of the golf swing is rearwards, outwards as a feel. It's not side to side as you have in a conventional golf swing. This is all old stuff I'm going over, but it's a sort of a revisional period and a revisional video. So the first thing is the base number one premise protocol of channel lock is trail foot position. The other one is that we swing the club this way in the channel. The third one is we swing the club still in that channel, but into out at impact, feeling like, if that's our target line down here and we're playing channel lock, we want to feel that the club is actually going that way, there. You need to get that feeling. You won't have that degree of angularity in your attack plane to the ball, but you want to feel that. In order to get maybe 8 or 10 degrees into out as an attack direction, you need to feel like it's like 45 degrees. You need to feel like it's that to get that. And guys, we have to get that as opposed to that, in order to have a consistent ball starting direction all the time. By playing the ball back there and having an in-to-out swing, the ball will only start in this direction. How much it starts in that direction is up to you. And how much it stays in that direction is up to you as well, relative to how much you have the club face closed at impact. If we're going 8 to 10 degrees across the ball at impact, and we have a square club face, the ball will go 8 to 10 degrees straight out there for a right-hander out to the right. Now, that's just elementary, basic swing geometry. So in order to counteract the ball just going straight out there and getting it starting out there but then drawing back, we have to have the club face shut down. Now, it depends on how much you want to shut it down. That's up to you. I shut it down about 4 degrees, 5 degrees, and that gets me just a little push draw. If I want to hit basically a straight shot or a little push shot, I just open or square the club face up and don't have it shut down at all. But then I have to take into consideration that I'm actually going to hit just a little push draw, or just a little push block, if I want to hit it that way. Now the other thing, guys, is clearly in the downswing, we're going to move the club that way, and we want to have what we call the 5 o'clock nose. And that is, if this is a clock here, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock would be there. And when we hit the golf ball, guys, we want our nose pointing to 5 here. And why do we want that? Because if your head is angulated that way, your shoulders will be closed, and you need to have your shoulders closed in the channel lock golf swing. You can't hit into out unless your shoulders are closed. You just can't do that. That's the baseline geometry of this golf swing. Back foot ball position into out attack line. You've got to have that. Now you can have a slight variation, you can have it up a little bit. Depends on the individual. And if you can still get the ball, and the whole objective of this golf swing, guys, is to have one shape of shot consistently. And with channel lock, it's a little push draw. You eliminate the drag or the pull or the cross from outside to inside with an open club face, pull slice. You eliminate all that. You can't hit a pull slice or a drag with a back foot ball position and the club travelling into out. Can't do that, guys. That's just elementary geometry. You can only hit one shot, and that's the ball will start away from you. It'll start in that direction there, and how much it starts in there is depending on how much you swing into out, and how much your shoulders are closed, and how much the club face is shut down. Okay, that's the base premise of channel lock and its geometry and mechanics. A couple of things that I've done in my normal golf swing over the years, and particularly when I was associating with promoting the Count Yogi swing, was getting the club what I call autoload. And that is, I take the golf club back and I take it back in a manner so that the club will have momentum pushed into it or applied to it, so that it'll go this way for a while, then it'll change direction to here. And that's the auto load right there. But a lot of people take the club back and then they try and load it deliberately. The auto load does what its name suggests. It auto loads the golf club. Now, how do we auto load? Well, Count Yogi, Yogi used to take the club back like that. Harry Varden, a lot of those old guys that had the whippy shafts took it back like that. Yogi didn't have the whippy shafts, but he knew that you could get an automatic loading if you took the club back this way, here. And how do we get that feeling? Well, guys, if you had the club positioned here and there was a little brick wall behind it here, and that club head wouldn't move, but I was going to pull my hands back. That's what it's got to feel like, that the club is stationary but the hands are moving, and the hands will move to an extent here that they then set the club head in motion, but the hands are way in front of the club head in the backswing, and that's an auto load. And then you will get this reverse direction snap load. Now it does two things. It creates download, but it will give you more loading than normal, because most of the time, guys, with club players, if they set the club early on the backswing, because the mechanics are not great, if they've set that angle on the backswing, they throw that angle away on the downswing because they've already got it here. And for them to hold that angle on the downswing, as a good player can do, because he's got exemplary lower body drive and rotation, that they can create the pressure to keep that load there, but the club player can't do that. So if he takes it back here and he loads it early, here, invariably he'll throw it away. He'll get early load, early throw away, because it's too hard for him to hold that angle. But if that same player took it back with a lagging late load here, the club is still wanting to load here, he will automatically get a download and be able to hold that download in the downswing. Now the good thing about it, in combining it in channel lock, is that it's fantastic for getting in the channel. If you move your hands like that, in that direction there, I call that reverse sweeping, guys. It's a paintbrush action. It's a reverse paintbrush action. That's the start of the backstroke in a paintbrush action. That's the forward part. But this is a paintbrush loading action rearwards, not sideways. Yogi did it semi-sideways. He had a significant amount of inwards in his backswing. He didn't take it like that and load it. He took it like that and loaded it. But he got that. So the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is just for guys that want to be able to A, get a little bit more power in their golf swing with channel lock, B, to automatically get some process of relationship in terms of getting the club going this way. If we pull our hands like that, the club has to follow. And it's reasonably easy to take the hands that way, but it's very easy to take them that way. And when I say take them that way, it's this. I push back with my lead hand against my trail hand, and that gets that. It's that. Now, it's what I call an auto load and an auto set. And the big advantage for me when I do it is that it just gets me inside early, here. If I pull my hands this way, no golf club, just pull my hands here, pull that one there, club goes inside. If I cock it, the club tends to go that way. Don't want the club to go that way, want the club to go this way. And people say, JH, but you know, that's way too inside. Well guys, it is inside compared to a conventional golf swing, but it's still consistent with the geometry of a golf swing, and the geometry of a golf swing is that it's arc-like. It moves in an arc. When you take it back there, the arc is less pronounced. All we're doing is creating a more pronounced arc here. Our arc is more severe. And that keeps the hands closer to the body and improves the balance, I think, significantly. I haven't hit any balls, guys, and haven't been down here because it's been so rainy, and today it's like 35 k's again, and it's just boggy underfoot. I'll just hit one up here, got a 5-iron here, and because I haven't done it for quite a while, I probably won't get anywhere near the auto load and the amount of angularity that I'm showing in this in this practice, almost a diagrammatic practice swing. That's the diagrammatics of it. Now, if I could get that, that'd be great, because I know if I go here, I'm going to get a whip back, a slap back that way. This will be good, guys. Haven't hit the ball for ages, but the good thing about channel lock is that because the fundamentals are, I think, geometrically superior to a conventional golf swing, even when you haven't hit the ball for a long time, if you come back and apply the protocols, you'll still get a good result. You may not get 100% result initially, but you'll get a good result, and you won't get an awful result. And that's it. That's the benefit of channel lock. Having said all that, so here we go, guys. So the protocol is use the trail foot to set all the geometry in place. Here, trail foot goes in, lead foot comes up. We get in, we back cock our shoulders or back load our shoulders here. Then we pull that back here. And what does it feel like? It feels like I'm pulling it in here, but I'm not. But that's the feeling. There. The grass is so long here, guys, not conducive, and boggy, not conducive to hitting a 5-iron. Now, I've just gone through the protocols in my mind, so they should play themselves out. Okay. What type of grip pressure? In order to get that flexibility in your wrists, it's got to be reasonably soft, and your wrists have got to be, you know, quite pliable. Scale of 1 to 10, I don't know. It's individual, guys. But the good thing about it, even if you have a very, very soft grip at address, when you change direction here, automatically the brain will send a message to the hands to increase the grip pressure, because obviously the brain thinks the club will fly out of the hand if I don't increase the grip pressure because the speed is increased. I should be hitting balls off a tee here, really. It's just so boggy and long. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to try and do this. And as I do that, guys, immediately look, it closes my shoulder. Here. The ground is so boggy. The wind is on my back blowing me over. Yeah, so it's what we call autoload. What are those shots? They're about 80%ers. Wind is strong, guys. And it's good because the wind is blowing this way, straight over my shoulder here. But with channel lock, that just draws the ball back into the wing. Okay. Now they're little handy-pandy, you know, first swings of the day. Not trying to kill the ball. That's as good as I can hit it. Okay guys, that's just something to try. Just try a couple of little shots. Just get a wedge out or something like that and just try. Just try. I'll just grip this down as if it was a wedge and just do some little, what I call slam loaders. We're going to slam it back and then load it just for a little shot. Just a couple of those guys. I would love to be able to get a huge amount of that auto load. I've never been able to do it, but I'd love to be able to. This is just a little one. Just gives you that paintbrush type stroke. Okay guys, I'll see what the weather's like, and I'll try and hit a couple of shots this way if I can get the sun in the right place. But I'm going to try and do some more videos over the weekend. It's just been so hard to get out, guys. It's just been, and I really haven't had my mind on it with a few things that have gone on in the last few months, so it's just a matter of being able to get my psyche back associated with golf. But it'll happen. See, the clouds are terrible. Looks like it's going to rain again. Guys, I'll have a look, and if it's okay with the sun, I'll hit a couple of shots down range. But if not, I'll hit some more shots on the weekend.